And welcome back to episode 12. Got some exciting things to show off for you. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, I spent a little time fiddling around with trying to automate things a little bit more. And started playing with item pipes. And I showed this off last week, but I didn't know how to get stuff out of there manually, or automatically, I should say. And the trick was this conveyor module, which what I didn't realize at the time, let me grab a wrench over here. I already have my wrench. I've lost my wrench. But it has to be on import. It's relative to the pipe, so you're kind of attaching it to the pipe. And this conveyor module now pulls stuff out of the small storage crate and pipes it through to my new diamond furnace, which has a ridiculous amount of slots and cooks really fast. You notice the moment one burns, another sugarcane pipes in. Speaking of sugarcane, we have them piping in here, and it's currently filling up my battery buffers. Because I hooked up this new gadget right here, which we'll get to in a sec, which ended up sucking like 2 million RF out of my system. So I've got a feeling if that's running regularly, I will need more power supply. And so I moved my machines from right over here over to here. And as you still see, I've got my piping on the back here. And my wiring in the back. And I think with this 4 amp, I could technically run 4 of these machines at one time. And I've still got my water supply back here. Oh, that's not right. I really need to figure out what happened to my wrench. But yeah, so this is piping water in there, and this is a small tin item pipe. I mean, the speed's not great, but I really don't need that fast speed for what I'm doing here. And this keeps distributing my sugarcane. And even if I'm running stuff, it's slowly accumulating. So for the time being anyways, I only need one of these sugarcane towers. Although I've got a feeling as I scale my power, I will need to expand at least one more time. And I redid my machines. Eventually this wood's going to be replaced by storage crates because you can auto output everything here. For example, if I make that a steel pipe, it'll just immediately, steel rod, it'll immediately just suck in right there. And yeah, so I haven't replaced all those yet. And I also built an alloy smelter. A couple cool things here, it can actually make steel if you need coal dust. But I don't have any of that yet. But yeah, so this is it makes a little more efficient redstone alloy, and looks like it gets used a lot. Because you look at the quest book here, I took a little trip, and it kind of got the ball rolling, and I kept going because I want to get to this, simulating mobs. This is from a mod called Deep Mob Evolution, and it's not up and running yet. I'm still learning how it all works, but eventually this is going to be a resource generation tool for me. Early game void miner of sorts, but you set up, you need to get set up data models and resources and polymer and stuff. So I just got that installed and hooked up and proceeded to drain all my batteries out, as I said before. So yeah, it's ready to go. Okay, and now I'm going to show you how we got here. Got kind of crazy on the quest chain a couple days ago. And I went all the way to pulsating iron, to this pulsating mesh, to get the simulated mobs, and then all the way to dark steel here. heading down the Ender IO route. Ooh, jetpacks. We did maybe work on a jetpack and then just picked up this obsidian one because. So, what is this pulsating dust, you ask? Well, I've got this uranite. I may have paid for it with non-nickels. Let's just throw a few in there. This is a uranite dust. Throw that back in there. Cook it again. It's just pulsating dust, which is pretty cool. So let's grab that out and head over here to our handy dandy alloy smelter. Mix it with a little iron, and then you get pulsating iron ingots. What you can do with those pulsating iron ingots, if we step over away from the, is you can make these meshes, which is pulsating dust, and get in the alloy smelter. See why I had to make that carbon fiber mesh, which is an interesting alloy recipe. Coal or carbon dust with string. Coal dust grinding up coal, which cannot use charcoal for the recipe, so I need some better coal sources, or carbon dust. And carbon dust is we can get that from charcoal dust. We need electrolyzer, which we're actually going to head to pretty soon because we want to get to electrical steel, and that is done through copper and electrolyzer here. So we are rapidly heading toward the electrolyzer as an important essential tool. For the rest of this video, let's figure out these new metals. So we've already got nickel, and we have Invar. Invar is alloy smelter with nickel dust and iron. So let's go find some nickel. Do we have any here? Silver, nickel. Start with half of them. Throw that in our alloy smelter. How's it draining our power? Yep, so one machine does drain, but slowly, and then these buffers are full now, so definitely can float running 3 or 4 machines right now in our power supply, so not worried about that. And then we need copper nickel. Copper alloy smelter, which is copper and nickel. Hey. Let's throw some copper nickel in there. I'm probably violating my make lots of it thing. Didn't get a good chunk of iron, but that's all the iron I got left. So I want to husband it a little bit. How are you doing steel over here? No. But yeah, something tells me this alloy smelter is going to get a lot of love from me. Now we have copper nickel and Invar. Let's make a little more copper nickel. Oh. No, I can't because I'm out of nickel. So hold off on that for a sec. Copper, iron don't do anything. And I completed that quest, claim. And now I'm on to the electrolyzer. So, fairly simple recipe. I will need some gold wire. I've already got machine casing. So let's, one thing I like to routinely do is take these and dump them back in here. But I'm gonna need some gold wire, so yep, gold wire, and everything else is pretty standard. So I've sped up the circuit production a bunch just by making extras of stuff. But let's go into our wire mill, make sure that's on a wire mill. Make sure it's on one. Take the alloy. Let's stick that gold wire in there. Get that running. Nice having these machines, isn't it? Okay, so this is your first tier circuit. Now we're only missing the resistors and the vacuum tubes. Resistors. What are we missing? Oh, and I used up all my resin. Good thing we make more of that, huh? one problem. I'm not going to build harvest out without an axe, so let's go build up another axe real quick. Put the axe on my inventory bar helps. Be getting more saplings. Make sure we don't completely run out of saplings. That would be embarrassing. Not a lot, so let's make a big chunk of wood and chop that all down. Look at that. Coincidentally, I also got a lot of rubber wood there, which is nice. That was not a good sapling. Was not a good sapling drop there, so gotta make sure not to run out of those. That would be annoying. So the resin, let's just get some charcoal being made here. Get that up there. Coal dust. There you go. 12 resistors, vacuum tubes, steel bolts. I don't think we have a way to shortcut steel bolts yet. We don't have a cutting saw or an extruder. So for the time being, we're just chopping steel rods. How many steel rods do we have? Let's just chop them all up. 20 steel bolts. And we are short on one-time copper wire. We'll make a lot of that. I think that we needed 3, so we need at least 6. I'll just produce a lot more, but at least 6 for now will do the trick. An extra. That will not do the trick. I need another one of these. And fine copper wire. That we also need to make. Oops, no. Fine copper wire is a wire mill with a 3. That produces a lot, so. I'll make a bunch there. Let's grab some more copper. You need a lot of those, so while that's running, we're going to put away our non-nickel. I've been working through these, but I've been trying to keep a good supply. These non-nickel quarters are, believe it or not, 5 non-nickels, so 25 there plus 19. I've got enough, so I've been liberally using them to purchase stuff I want, other than iron, which is, and copper, which I have immediate sources right under my normal base. So, okay, let's just finish this electrolyzer, and we're so close. So we need to make one of these, for those, and we are, oops. Out of copper wire, oh my gosh. Copper's going fast, folks. Outpacing my wire mill production here. That'll be a good start on the fine copper wire. Okay. Well, we're going to take this offline for a little bit, but next episode we'll get the electrolyzer set up and get us on the next progress. So, so until then, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me showing off my new addition to the base. I feel like momentum's building. I'm making more progress, and the machines are helping. So stay tuned next episode. We'll get electrolyzer up and going. And thank you for watching.